All right, folks, out of Disney Tourist blog by Tom Bricker. We love Tom Bricker. I don't know what Tom Bricker thinks of us. We've had very cordial conversations online, and I like Tom a lot. And by the way, can I just say this? Tom, if you're watching this video, and surely you are because you're a Disney aficionado, you're checking out all the channels out there. Tom, I see your stuff now on Google News, everywhere. And I just want to say congratulations because nobody has worked harder or earned it more than you have. Constantly putting out terrific content. Out of the Disney Tourist blog, Tom Bricker has new scenes coming to Rivers of America at Disneyland Paris. Oh my. Oh my, wait a minute, what? They're upgrading Rivers of America in Paris while they destroyed the Rivers of America in America? Say what? Disney has announced new scenes are coming to the rivers of the far west as opposed to America. After all, this is France. I can tell you this, when it comes to France, when I've been over there, one of the funniest things to me is that in France, especially southern France, they will have these gardens called exotic gardens, and all it is cacti. From the far reaches of the planet, from the far west, an exotic locale known as America, France will have cacti. Well, the kind that you would buy at Wally World or, Lowe's or whatever for your window. Anyway, at Disneyland Paris in 2026, here are details about these enhancements plus other plus things coming to DLP and Disney Adventure World next year. It says, of course, we're emphasizing the rivers of the far west upgrades as a contrast to what's happening at home in America, on the rivers of America, at Walt Disney World, which is now gone. They bulldozed it. Along with Tom Sawyer Island and Liberty Square Riverboat, the rivers of America closed back on July 7th. So, folks, Paris, Le Paris still gets to have beauty. The Molly Brown on the water, the reflections, everything. I am utterly shocked in some ways and utterly not in other ways that Disney is this inept. MJ, they destroyed the rivers of America in Florida, where it might have been the most appreciated of all the places that it might appear. I know it's held dear at Disneyland because of Walt, although I fear for it sometimes now even. But if they're at Disney World, given that they're upgrading this at Disneyland Paris and the finger that is in the eye of so many customers in the USA over this, surely when they put in the Cars thing, they've got to do everything they can to do an homage to Rivers of America. Do you think we're going to get that, or do you think that when this is all said and done, we're going to look at places like Paris and say, why? Why can't we have that instead of this? Why? Why do we have to have this Cars attraction ruining everything Frontierland, Liberty Square, and beyond?
Oh, yeah. So if you guys think about it really carefully, Magic Kingdom is going to be in the east side of America, the only theme park with no body of water. Every theme park has a body of water, and we're going to have no body of water. People want Americana in the parks. I mean,
MJ, did you say no water?
Oh, we can't have Walt Disney World without no water.
MJ, you can't. It's like saying weird on my channel. You can't say no water.
Why, you can't open a Splash Mountain when that mountain ain't got no water. No water.
You can't have a Magic Kingdom with no water.
That's the problem. Magic Kingdom is going to be like a desert now in Disney World. There's no water in the place. A little bit sprinkled around the castle. It used to be lush. It used to have water everywhere. It provided kinetic energy. You had the swan boats. You had the canoes everywhere. Water, water, water. And now it's hotter than ever, says Bob Iger, and they've taken it all away, MJ.
And it's okay. So Walter Elias Disney was infatuated with boats and trains. Americana. He just wanted, this is his park. This is what he wanted in his park. And who are we, the people, I'm talking about the people that are running Disney World. Who are they to take this out just because they want to make Cars Land, put it somewhere else? And yes, they might pay homage to the rivers of America. They usually leave little Easter eggs, but that's not enough. That's not okay. And it's really disappointing. And people, again, here we go, going across the pond to go experience things that Walter Elias Disney wanted for his parks. And it's a shame. I know California still has Rivers of America, but it shouldn't be this way. Paris is giving all the TLC to Rivers of America, adding new scenery. My gosh, it makes me want to go over there now and see all this. It's like I shouldn't have to travel the world to go see all this. It should be right in my backyard. It's not okay.
I mean, look, the major design conceit of Disneyland Paris was a park built for Disney fans by Disney fans, or Disney Parks fans, I should say. And a lot of these were second generation Imagineers who had grown up going to Disneyland as kids. And it's like everybody had their ideal version of what Disneyland was. And there was no question in anybody's mind that it was going to feature Rivers of America. And really the big question was, well, where are you going to put, in the center of it? Because Tom Sawyer's Island, unfortunately, while beloved, wasn't the most visited both at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So what they put actually Big Thunder and made that the island by which you actually board on the other side of the river, and it travels under. And there you go, boom! You launch in the center of Rivers of America, that being Big Thunder Mountain Railroad out there at Disneyland Paris. And they got not one but two steam wheelers right there, kind of a recreation of the Mark Twain, and a side paddle wheeler, which is very interesting in the form of the Molly Brown. But the really unfortunate thing about Disneyland Paris and its Rivers of America is that, well, as the resort struggled, unfortunately, in its opening days, a lot of the maintenance affected the park heavily, and that included the Rivers of America. So they used to have geysers that used to go off and so forth in various areas of the Rivers of America. Unfortunately, that no longer takes place. Those haven't worked in years, from what I recall. They've had various areas of maintenance, but unfortunately, those have not. Those have been defunct. They used to have, I think, the keel boats. Unfortunately, we know what happened with those, both at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. They eventually got rid of those, and the Mark Twain has been left to rot, which is really, really unfortunate right there. So to get improvements to their Rivers of America, I think is very well warranted, because there is so much maintenance that actually has to go into that park, because it's got a very temperate climate with it freezing and so forth, snowfall and all of that. The most unfortunate thing about all of this, from a Disney Parks fan, like everybody here, is that they're improving the Rivers of America, and yet Magic Kingdom has gotten rid of theirs. And this really highlights how much influence, not that Burbank has, but the specific managers who operate these parks have. And as Jeff Valley has said, I do believe that he viewed Magic Kingdom's Rivers of America as an underutilized area, which is why they got rid of it. And I think also, too, that's why Disneyland isn't going anywhere. Not only did they invest hundreds of millions of dollars in the last 6 years into their Rivers of America, but it's utilized in multiple ways, not the least of which being Fantasmic and so forth. In Magic Kingdom, it was like, well, it's not producing lightning lanes for us. It's not a direct revenue stream. Let's go ahead and bulldoze it and replace it with something that is. And that's what Jeff Valley, the president of Walt Disney World Resort, meant by underutilized. Versus Disneyland Paris, unfortunately, Disneyland Paris hasn't gotten a new attraction, I think, and it's been some time. I think it's been like 10 years or something like that. It's currently on the list of theme parks that haven't gotten an attraction in any Disney parks, unfortunately, in so very long. And so they'll have to keep limping along. But to get new investments, it's well warranted. It's just it's unfortunate that it happened in Paris and not in Magic Kingdom, where it could have easily happened.
Yeah.
And where there's lots of land to do whatever they wanted to do. All the stuff
Correct.
that we were going to get at Magic Kingdom in Florida, all of it could have happened while keeping Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island. None of it had to go away. Don't listen to them if they tell you otherwise. You could have had everything, because there is an abundance of land like in no other place Disney owns. They chose, for whatever reason in Florida, to destroy what you see on the screen right there. Beauty. Took it down. Jonas, final thoughts on this one?
I just think it's very interesting that Walt Disney World, the crown jewel of the company, is one that they don't want to polish it. They want to replace it with some cubic zirconias. I will continue to call it Cars Mountain because I think that is an appropriate disrespect to the idea.
Cars Mountain.
There you go. All right. Well, goodbye to, oh man, look at that. Why can't that be at Disney World? Why? Why did we have to switch over to cars? Ka-ching, ka-chow. Ow.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.